Cal Rourke was just about to fall asleep when the soft hum of an engine pulled him out of bed. He blinked, rubbed his eyes, and looked out the window of his small Martian bedroom. The red rocks of New Laconia were quiet, as always. But then he saw it. Blue lights, swirling gently above the rooftop landing pad. That was strange. His father's house didn't get visitors, not since the day he retired from the diplomatic corps. Cal pressed his face to the window. A sleek silver shuttle had landed no bigger than a family car. Its sides shimmered like water even though it made no sound. The shuttle opened. Out stepped a girl. She looked about his age, maybe 17. Her skin had a faint violet tint under the moonlight. Her black hair floated as if she were underwater. She wore a long silver robe and walked like she had practiced every step 1,000 times. She looked calm, serious, and completely out of place. Cal pulled on his jacket and ran to the door. By the time he reached the landing pad, his father was already there. "Dad?" Cal asked. "What's going on?" His father didn't answer right away. He stood still, his eyes on the girl. She bowed deeply to him. "Is she an alien?" Cal whispered. His father nodded slowly. "She's Olyari. Her name is Alea." Cal had heard of the Olyari, but only from old news clips. They were a quiet, advanced species who stayed away from most galactic affairs. His father had once worked with them years ago, but that was long before Cal was born. "Why is she here?" "She was sent," his father said. He turned to Alea. "Does your father still carry the white sigil?" Alea reached into her robe and pulled out a glowing crystal, white and warm like a small sun. His father sighed almost sadly. "Then it's true." Alea stepped forward and handed Cal a sealed cube of light. It hovered in front of his chest, spinning slowly. Words formed in glowing letters. "She is yours to learn with. Keep her safe. The future depends on it." Cal stepped back, confused. What does that mean? Mine to learn with? What future? But his father was already turning away. "Dad? Are you just going to leave me with her?" "She's not dangerous," his father said. "But she's special and very important. You'll understand. In time." With that, he walked into the house, leaving Cal alone with the quiet girl from another world. Alea looked at him with calm, unblinking eyes. "I will stay here," she said simply. Her voice was soft like wind over glass. Cal rubbed the back of his neck. "Do you need a place to sleep?" "I do not sleep," she said. "But I will rest." He nodded awkwardly. "Okay, I guess come inside." Inside the house, everything felt normal. The lights were dim. The furniture was old but clean. Alea walked behind Cal, silent, observing everything. When they entered the kitchen, she tilted her head at the fridge. "This room stores energy food?" Yeah," Cal said. "Kind of." He opened the fridge and pulled out a protein bar, offering it. She took it carefully like it might explode. Then she held it up to her forehead and closed her eyes. "What are you doing?" Cal asked. "I am reading its memory." "You mean its ingredients?" "No, its memory." She frowned. "This one has sadness in it." Cal blinked. "It's just a snack bar. To you, perhaps." Later, Cal showed her the guest room, but she simply sat cross-legged on the floor, staring out the window at the stars. "You're really just going to sit there all night?" "I do not require a bed," she said, "but you may rest. I will not disturb you." He hesitated. "Why me? Why did your father send you to me?" She looked at him for a long time before answering. "Because you are human, and because your father is trusted." "That's not really an answer." "It is all I can give tonight." Cal lay in his bed, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. A girl from another world had just been handed to him like a school project. A message said the future depended on her. And on him. It didn't make sense. It wasn't fair. But still, somewhere deep inside, a strange feeling began to grow. Not fear, Not excitement. Something else. Something was about to change, and he had no idea what it would be. The next morning, Cal woke up to the sound of Alea humming softly. It was not a human song, more like a melody made of light and air. He rubbed his eyes and sat up, watching her carefully. She sat by the window, her violet skin glowing faintly in the early sunlight. Her eyes followed the movement of a small drone outside, circling the colony like a curious bird. "Good morning," Cal said, yawning. Alea turned her head slowly. "Morning. Your world has strange light cycles," Cal smiled. "Yeah, we call it day and night." She nodded, her expression serious. "I am learning your customs." Cal got out of bed and went to the kitchen. He found some breakfast bars and poured a glass of water. "Do you want something to eat?" he asked. Alea looked at the bars and then at the water. "I do not require food, but it is polite to accept." Cal handed her a bar. She took it carefully and held it up again, closing her eyes. "This one has joy," she said quietly. Cal laughed. "You say that about everything." "Your foods carry memories," she explained. "It is part of how your species connects with the past." Cal blinked, trying to understand. "That's different." Alea smiled faintly. "Different can be good. At school things were different too." Cal walked beside Alea through the halls. Students stared. Some whispered. An alien student was a rare sight, even on Mars. Alea's face showed no fear or excitement. She simply observed. In class, the teacher asked a complex math question. Alea answered before the teacher finished speaking. Her voice was calm, exact. "Wow," whispered one student. "She's a genius." Cal felt proud but also a little jealous. He wasn't the smartest in class. Later, in music class, Alea struggled. When the teacher played a song, she couldn't feel the rhythm. Her fingers hovered uncertainly over the keyboard. "I do not understand music," she admitted quietly. Cal smiled. "It's okay. Not everyone gets it right away." During lunch, Cal sat with his friends. They looked at Alea like she was a puzzle. "She's weird," one boy said. "No, she's cool," another said. Cal ignored the chatter. He just wanted to help Alea fit in. Back home, Cal's father was still quiet about Alea. One evening, Cal asked, "Dad, why did your friend send her to me? What's really going on?" His father sighed deeply. "It's complicated. The Olyarian humans tried a special project years ago. It didn't work out, but your meeting with Alea might change that." Cal frowned. "What project?" His father looked at the floor. "Project Harmonic Lens. It was about combining our strengths to create something new, a bridge between our species." "Like what?" Cal asked. "Like understanding feelings and logic in a new way," his father said. "But it was risky. They stopped it." Cal was silent. "And Alea is part of that?" "Yes. She is more than just a guest. She is a key." That night, Cal and Alea sat on the roof looking at the stars. The Martian sky was clear, full of sparkling lights. Alea pointed to a bright star. "Your people call it Sol." Cal nodded. "Yeah, our sun." She turned to him. "Your father says humans have something my people cannot explain. He calls it soul." Cal felt a chill. "Soul? What does that mean to you?" "To me, it is a mystery," Alea said softly. "It is why humans can dream and feel in ways we cannot." Cal looked away. He never thought much about soul, but now it felt important. "Do you have a soul?" he asked. Alea paused. "Not like humans. We feel, but differently. Your soul is like a light inside you." Cal smiled. "Maybe that's why you're here, to learn about that light." Days passed, and Cal noticed small changes. When he was with Alea, his thoughts felt clearer. Sometimes, when he drew pictures, the colors seemed brighter, almost alive. One afternoon, Alea showed him how to meditate in her way, quiet and still. Cal tried, but his mind raced. You try too hard, she said kindly. Let the light come naturally. Cal closed his eyes and breathed deeply. For a moment, he felt calm, connected. Maybe this was what his father meant. One night, as Cal prepared for bed, he heard a soft knock at the door. He opened it to find a small hologram floating in the air. A message from the Olyari High Council. Their leader's voice was cold and firm. Alea must return immediately. Her presence here breaks ancient laws. Failure to comply will have consequences. Cal felt his heart pound. What does that mean? Alea stood silently behind him, her eyes unreadable. Cal swallowed hard. Are they coming to take you away? She nodded. Yes, but I will not go without you. Cal's mind raced. He had only just begun to understand Alea, and now she might be taken from him. He clenched his fists. We'll figure this out. Together, as Cal lay in bed that night, the weight of the coming days pressed on him. An alien friend, a mysterious project, a soul he barely understood, and now, a danger he could not ignore. But one thing was clear. His quiet life on Mars was changing. Fast, and with Alea by his side, he was ready to face whatever came next. The next day, Cal could hardly focus at school. His mind kept drifting to the hologram message and the strange warning from the Olyari High Council. Who were they and why did they want to take Alea away? After classes, Cal invited Alea to his father's study, a room filled with old books, strange devices, and faded pictures of Earth and alien worlds. Maybe there's something here that can help, Cal said, hoping for answers. Alea walked slowly among the shelves. She stopped in front of a dusty holo projector. Your father trusted me with this? She asked. Cal shrugged. I don't know what he expects me to do. Alea touched the projector. It hummed softly and lit up the room with a flickering blue light. Images and voices appeared, a recording from years ago. Cal and Alea watched as two men spoke. One was Cal's father, younger and full of energy. The other was an Olyari scientist, tall with silver hair and glowing eyes. This is Project Harmonic Lens, Cal's father said in the recording. Our goal is to combine human emotion and Olyari logic to create a new way of thinking. The scientist nodded. We believe that blending these qualities will allow us to solve problems neither species can alone. Cal's heart beat faster. They really worked on this together. Yes, Alea said, but the project was stopped. Why? Cal asked. The recording shifted. The scientist's voice was tense. The results were unpredictable. Sometimes the bond created new abilities. Other times it caused pain and confusion. The councils decided it was too risky. Cal frowned. So what does that have to do with you? Alea looked at him seriously. I am part of that project. Cal's eyes widened. You mean you were created by that experiment? In a way, she said. My father helped design me. I was raised with Olyari discipline, but my genetic code was altered to connect with human emotions. Cal felt overwhelmed. So, you were made to be a bridge? Yes, she said softly. To help bring our species closer. Cal sat down slowly, trying to take it all in. Why didn't your father tell me this? He hoped to protect you, Alea answered. But time is running out. The councils fear what I represent. Cal looked at her. Are they afraid of what might happen if you stay here? Alea nodded. Our laws forbid mixing our people so closely. They worry it will change everything. But maybe it needs to change, Cal said quietly. Maybe humans and Olyari can learn from each other. Alea smiled faintly. That is why I was sent to you. In the days that followed, Cal and Alea grew closer. They spent hours talking, learning about each other's worlds. Alea told Cal about Olyari customs, their strict rules, their respect for knowledge and order. Humans, she said, were chaotic, but full of heart. Cal shared stories of Earth and Mars, of his dreams and fears. Together they explored the limits of their connection. Cal noticed something strange. When they worked on problems together, his thoughts became clearer. When she listened to his ideas, she seemed to understand feelings beyond words. One afternoon, Cal showed Alea his sketches. He was an artist at heart, though he rarely shared his drawings. To his surprise, Alea traced her fingers over the lines. "These pictures," she said, "carry your emotions. Your soul shines through them." Cal smiled. "Maybe that's what your people can't see. Our soul." Alea nodded. "I want to learn more." But not everyone was happy. The Olyari envoy had returned. A tall figure in a shimmering cloak stood outside the house, waiting. Cal's father spoke to him quietly. "She must come back." Cal stood in the doorway. "No, she belongs here." The envoy's eyes glowed. "You do not understand the risk." Cal felt his heart pound. "Then teach me. I want to understand." The envoy paused, then said, "Very well, but time is short." That night, Cal and Alea sat together watching the stars. "I am scared," Cal admitted. "This is bigger than I thought." Alea took his hand. "Fear is natural. But together, we can face the unknown." Cal looked at her. "You really think we can change things?" She smiled. "I know we can." As the days passed, the bond between Cal and Alea grew stronger. Their connection was not just friendship. It was a harmony of two worlds, human and alien, feeling and logic. And somewhere deep inside, both of them knew that their meeting was only the beginning. The future was waiting. Days passed quietly on Mars, but something was changing between Cal and Alea. It was subtle at first, a flicker of light in Cal's drawings, a new depth in Alea's eyes. Neither could explain it. One afternoon, Cal was in his room, sketching a picture of the Martian landscape. As he shaded the rocks, a soft glow began to spread from the paper. The colors shimmered and moved as if the drawing was alive. Cal stared, amazed. "That's new." Alea entered quietly, her eyes widening. "Your soul is shining through." Cal laughed nervously. "My soul?" "Yes," she said. "It is the part of you that connects with the universe." Suddenly, a loud crack came from outside. The colony's communication satellite flickered and went dark. Cal rushed to the window. "The satellite, it's broken." Alea moved beside him. "Let me try something." She closed her eyes and stretched out her hands. A soft hum filled the room. Cal felt a warm wave pass through him. Outside, the satellite's lights blinked. Back to life. Cal gasped. "You fixed it?" Alea nodded. "Partly. Your soul helped me." Cal felt a mix of excitement and fear. What was happening to them? That evening, they met in the park. The Martian sky was clear and the stars looked close enough to touch. Alea spoke quietly. "When I am with you, I feel things my people never do." Cal looked at her. "Like what?" "Like dreams, feelings, and hope," she said. "I was taught to be perfect and logical, but with you, I feel alive." Cal smiled. "Humans aren't perfect. We make mistakes, but maybe that's our strength." Alea nodded. "It is strange. Your emotions are powerful. They can create or destroy." Suddenly, Cal's sketchbook glowed again. He opened it and saw new drawings, images neither of them had made. This is our future," Alea whispered. Cal felt a shiver run down his spine. "What does it mean?" The next day, news came that more Olyari envoys had arrived on Mars. They were here to take Alea back. Cal and Alea met with Cal's father and the envoy leader in the council chamber. The leader's face was cold. "Alea's presence here breaks our laws. She must return." Cal stood tall. "You don't understand what she's become. She's changed because of us." The envoy's eyes flashed. "Change is dangerous. But change is necessary," Cal said firmly. The room fell silent. Cal's father spoke quietly. The Project Harmonic lens showed us something new, something worth exploring. The envoy shook his head. The councils forbid this union. You risk everything. Cal looked at Alea, then back at the envoy. We will protect her. Together. That night, Cal and Alea sat on the roof again. The stars above seemed brighter. I don't know what the future holds, Cal said. Alea took his hand. Neither do I. But I trust you. Cal squeezed her hand. We'll face it together. Suddenly the ground trembled. A warning light flashed on the control panel below. The colony's power core was unstable. Cal and Alea rushed inside. The reactor room was filled with alarms and flashing red lights. The engineer looked at them helplessly. If we don't stabilize it, the whole colony could lose power for days. Alea stepped forward. We can try something. Cal watched as she reached out her hands, her skin glowing softly. Together, she said. Cal closed his eyes, focusing on the strange feeling inside him. The light his father called the soul. Alea's hands moved in a slow rhythm, and Cal joined her, feeling the warmth grow between them. The alarm slowed, then stopped. The reactor's lights returned to green. The engineer smiled. I don't know how you did that, but you saved us. Cal opened his eyes, amazed. It's because of our bond, Alea nodded. Our connection is stronger than we thought. After the crisis, the colony leaders gathered. They were no longer afraid, but curious. Cal's father spoke with pride. Humans and Olyari together can do great things. The envoy who had come before nodded slowly. Perhaps the councils were too quick to judge. Cal looked at Alea. Maybe this is only the beginning. Alea smiled. Yes. Together we can change the stars. After the reactor incident, things in the colony began to change. People were more curious about Alea and Cal's strange connection. Scientists and engineers came to talk to them, asking questions about how they had saved the colony's power. One afternoon, Cal and Alea were invited to the colony's science center. The room was filled with screens, machines, and experts from many worlds. Cal felt nervous but also excited. The lead scientist, Dr. Haroun, smiled kindly. We want to understand what you two did. Your bond seems to create a new kind of energy. Alea nodded. It is not just energy. It is a harmony between heart and mind. Cal looked around, trying to find the right words. Maybe it's like a signal, something that connects feelings and logic. Dr. Haroun's eyes brightened. Yes, we call it the soul signal. It is a frequency that balances emotion and reason. Cal smiled. Sounds fancy. Alea laughed softly. It is simple but powerful. For days, Cal and Alea worked with the scientists. They discovered that when they were close, their bodies emitted a gentle frequency, something no machine had detected before. This signal could repair broken circuits, calm overheating systems, and even help AI machines understand emotions better. One experiment showed how their combined presence stopped a small robot from malfunctioning. The robot's usual erratic behavior slowed, and it began to move with smooth, purposeful steps. Cal watched, amazed. It's like the robot can feel calm. Alea smiled. Our soul signal helps others connect. News of the soul signal spread quickly. Leaders from nearby colonies wanted to learn more. Some were hopeful, others were cautious. Cal and Alea were invited to speak at a meeting of the United Colonies Council. Standing before the council members, Cal felt his heart race. He took a deep breath. Our signal is not magic. It is a new way to communicate, a link between mind and heart. Alea added, if we can use this signal, we can solve problems faster, reduce conflicts, and build trust across worlds. The council members whispered among themselves. Some nodded in agreement. One elder stood up. If true, this could change diplomacy forever. Cal smiled. It already is. But not everyone. Ni welcomed the change. A group of traditionalists warned that the soul signal was dangerous. They feared it could be used to control others or invade privacy. Cal understood their fears but believed the signal was a gift. "We must choose how to use it," he said firmly. "With respect and care." Alea added, "The signal is strongest when shared freely, not forced." Back on Mars, Cal and Alea continued their experiments. One evening, as the colony lights dimmed, they sat. Under the stars, Cal held Alea's hand. "Do you think humans are special because of this?" Alea looked at him thoughtfully. "Yes. Your ability to feel deeply and connect is rare." Cal smiled. "Maybe that's why we were meant to meet." Suddenly, the sky lit up with a bright flash. A comet streaked across the horizon. "Look," Cal said. "A new beginning." Alea nodded. "For us all." As they watched the comet fade into the night, Cal felt hope. The soul signal was more than science. It was a bridge between worlds, a promise of unity. And with Alea by his side, he was ready to help build that future. The weeks following, the discovery of the soul signal brought many challenges for Cal and Alea. The United Colonies Council debated fiercely, some eager to embrace this new power, others demanding caution. One day, a message arrived from the Olyari High Council. They insisted Alea return immediately to face judgment for her actions. The message was clear. If she did not comply, harsher measures would follow. Cal sat with Alea in the quiet garden outside the colony's main building. The twin moons of Mars shone above them, casting gentle light on their worried faces. "You have to go back," Cal said softly. "They won't stop asking." Alea shook her head. "If I return, I will be studied again, like a subject, not a person. They will try to control what I am becoming." Cal's fists clenched. "And if you stay?" "We risk war," she replied. "My people fear change. They see me as a threat." Cal looked away, torn. There must be another way. That evening, Cal was visited by a representative from Earth's Science Council. The official offered him a place in a prestigious research group, on one condition. "If you agree to sever your bond with Alea," the official said, "you will be given resources to study the soul signal and protect Earth's interests." Cal was shocked. "You want me to give up her?" The official nodded. "It is for the greater good." Cal refused. "I won't abandon her. Our connection is the key to everything." The official left silently, but the offer hung in the air like a dark cloud. That night, Cal and Alea met on the roof. The stars twinkled, but their future felt uncertain. "Do you regret coming here?" Cal asked quietly. Alea smiled sadly. "No. This is where I belong." Cal took her hands. "We have to be strong. Whatever happens, we face it together." Suddenly, a loud alarm shattered the peace. The colony's power grid was failing. Cal and Alea ran to the control room, joining engineers who worked frantically. The chief engineer looked at them with hope. "If anyone can stabilize the grid, it's you two." Alea stepped forward, her hands glowing softly. Cal focused on the light inside him, the soul. Together they reached out, their energies mixing. The room filled with a warm glow. Slowly, the power grid stabilized. The alarm stopped. The engineers cheered. Cal and Alea smiled, exhausted but relieved. After the crisis, the colony leaders gathered again. Cal's father spoke. "We see now that this bond is more than an experiment. It is a gift." The Olyari envoy looked thoughtful. "Perhaps we were wrong to fear change." Cal stood tall. "Change is not something to fear. It is something to grow with." Alea nodded. "And together, we can build a future where both our peoples thrive." The council agreed to delay any decisions about Alea's return. They would watch and learn. Later, Cal and Alea sat beneath the stars once more. "Do you think we made the right choice?" Cal asked. Alea smiled. "Yes, we chose each other. And that choice is powerful." Cal looked at the sky. "The future is uncertain, But maybe that's what makes it exciting. Alea squeezed his hand. Whatever comes, we will face it together. Cal smiled. Together. The days grew longer on Mars, but Cal felt a new beginning in the air. The colony was buzzing with hope and curiosity. After months of uncertainty, Cal and Alea's bond had become a symbol, not just of friendship but of something greater. The Olyari High Council had agreed to delay their judgment. Instead, they sent envoys to observe how Cal and Alea worked together. Earth and other human colonies did the same. It was the start of a new era. Cal stood on the roof of his father's house, looking at the red horizon. Alea was beside him, her violet skin glowing softly under the stars. "Do you ever miss your home?" Cal asked. Alea smiled. "Sometimes, but this place feels like home now." Cal nodded. "I feel the same." One morning, Cal received a message from the United Colonies Council. They wanted him and Alea to become official ambassadors, a bridge between humans and Olyari. It was a great honor, but also a great responsibility. Cal told Alea as they sat together in the garden. "They want us to represent both our peoples." Alea looked into his eyes. "We can do this. Together." The ceremony was simple, but full of meaning. Leaders from many worlds gathered. Cal and Alea stood side by side as the council members spoke of unity and hope. When it was Cal's turn, he spoke clearly. "We are not just two people from different worlds. We are proof that connection is possible, that understanding and respect can bring us closer." Alea added, "Our bond is a new language, a soul signal, that can help all beings listen to each other." The crowd cheered. It was a moment that would be remembered for generations. In the days that followed, Cal and Alea worked to teach others about the soul signal. They traveled between colonies, sharing their knowledge and helping others connect. Cal learned that humans had a unique gift, the ability to feel deeply and to share those feelings with others. Alea's people brought clarity and wisdom. Together they created something new. Their bond was neither just friendship nor romance. It was a new kind of partnership, built on trust, respect, and hope. One evening, as they watched the Martian sunset, Cal said quietly, "Do you think humans are special?" Alea looked at him thoughtfully. "Yes, not because of strength or power, but because of their soul, their ability to dream and feel." Cal smiled. "Maybe that's what makes us important." Alea nodded. "And what makes our future bright." Years passed, and the story of Cal and Alea became legend. Their work helped end old fears and built new friendships between species. The soul signal became a symbol of peace and understanding. Cal and Alea never forgot their first night together, the night when everything changed. They stood on the rooftop once more, looking up at the stars. Cal said, "We didn't just change our lives, we changed the galaxy." Alea smiled. "And this is only the beginning."